You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. Well, it's official. Former Hazleton Mayor and U.S. Congressman Lou Barletta joined the race for Pennsylvania governor. Now our Philip Kaufman has the details.
"I'm in," read Lou Barletta's tweet this morning as the former mayor of Hazleton and U.S. Congressman has now officially entered the race for governor. The social media post continues, reading, "I'm running for governor of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. We need bold leadership to help get Pennsylvanians back to work, our students back in the classroom, and our businesses booming again." Barletta for Governor also released a campaign video on social media where Lou spoke on his decision to run and what he hopes to do for Pennsylvania as governor.
Pennsylvania is a special place, always has been. Sure, it's changed over time, but it's always had a spirit and a way of life that embodied the American dream. It's always felt like home. I'm Lou Barletta. My family has lived here in Hazleton for over 100 years. I grew up here. Went to school here, worked here, met my wife, and raised my family here.
Barletta served as mayor of Hazleton from 2000 to 2010, and then in Congress from 2011 to 2019.
I served my hometown as mayor, then as its congressman. I still woke up every day at 5 a.m., but I did it to fight for you.
Last month, Barletta launched a political action committee when he was considering running. During the Susquehanna polling and research poll, he topped the poll of possible Republican gubernatorial candidates for the 2022 election, with a list including former Lieutenant Governor Jim Cawley, State Senator Doug Mastriano, former U.S. Attorney William McSwain, and U.S. Representative Dan Muser.
We need to take back our Commonwealth. We need to take back our livelihoods from the insiders in Harrisburg that have no idea the harm their lockdowns have done. We need to take back our natural resources from the elites and turn on the energy powerhouse that Pennsylvania can be. We need to take back our streets from the extremists who want to abolish our police and turn our neighborhoods into sanctuaries for illegal immigrants. We need to take back our elections from career politicians in Harrisburg, Democrat and Republican, who imposed a mail-in ballot system that injected chaos into our elections and destroyed voter confidence. The solutions aren't complicated. More than anything, we need someone to fight for them and to fight for you. So let's do it. Let's take back Pennsylvania together.
As always, WYLN News will continue to bring the latest information as more candidates enter the race. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Philip Kaufman.
Thank you, Phil. A North Carolina man lost his life during an overnight crash in Schuylkill County. State police at Frackville say that 52-year-old Jody Moffitt was traveling north on Interstate 81 in Klein Township when he changed lanes and lost control of his vehicle. His SUV rolled several times before he was ejected. Moffitt was pronounced dead at the scene and was reportedly not wearing a seatbelt. The interstate was shut down for nearly 3 hours as crews cleared the wreckage. A Wilkes-Barre man was involved in a nearly 8-hour standoff with police Saturday afternoon. Police observed 42-year-old Patrick Evans traveling in the area of Johnson Street around 3 Saturday afternoon. Evans, who had a warrant out for his arrest, exited his vehicle and ran into his residence. Police said he was possibly armed, so they set up a perimeter around the home as they negotiated with him to surrender. State police finally used enforcement tactics, which caused Evans to come out of the home around 11 p.m. He had been free on bail from 3 separate cases involving drug trafficking and firearms offenses. He was arraigned over the weekend and was, this time, denied bail. Several law enforcement entities participated in a joint law enforcement detail this past Friday in the city of Hazleton. The detail resulted in 89 traffic citations, 5 drug arrests, and 7 DUI arrests. Over $25,000 in cash and 1 firearm were seized during the day-long operation, and 8 warrants were served. State Police partnered with the Luzerne County Sheriff's Office, as well as the Hazleton, West Hazleton, and Weatherly Police Departments. The detail utilized various resources like Vice, Patrol, K-9, Auto Theft, and Aviation units to provide a highly visible presence in the community that served as a criminal activity deterrent. The Diocese of Scranton issued revised guidelines this past Friday concerning the celebration of public masses in its 11 counties, effective immediately. The Diocese of Scranton invites those who have not yet returned to Mass to rejoin in person to celebrate the source and summit of Christian life, the Holy Eucharist. Fully vaccinated parishioners are no longer required to wear a mask, and pews will no longer be marked for social distancing. The dispensation from the obligation to attend Sunday and Holy Day Masses, however, remains in place. A full list of new guidelines can be found on the Diocese of Scranton's website. Penn State Hazleton will host an on-campus vaccination clinic for students, employees, community members, and children ages 12 and up this week. Pfizer COVID-19 vaccines will be offered from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. this Wednesday, May 19th, at the Physical Education Building. A valid government-issued ID is required, and those ages 12 to 17 must also provide an up-to-date vaccination record with a parent or guardian present. All participants will be scheduled for their second dose of the vaccine on June 9th at the same time and location. Visit hazleton.psu.edu to pre-register, as walk-ins will not be accepted. Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce President Mary Malone stopped by the studio to talk about some upcoming events. Wyln's Julie Stefanovich has the details.
The Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce has been working with the community throughout the pandemic, and they continue to do so by hosting their monthly red carpet breakfast where community leaders are invited to speak to both chamber members and non-members alike. This month's event will feature State Senator John Udicek.
Again, what we love about the virtual red carpet is you can go onto the Chamber's website at hazletonchamber.org and register whether you are a member or not and get the Zoom access into it, into the 1-hour meeting. And so it is an update from the Senator about different things going on, from Route 80 and transportation and 81 and potential of tolling of bridges, to our continued issues related to workforce and having enough of folks, some of the challenges for the business community, and other things going on in Harrisburg. And then an open dialogue for your questions.
It's also that time of the year for the Chamber's annual Executive Business Expo. The format will be a little different this year because of the pandemic, but the event will go on in person on Thursday, June 17th.
We'll be at beautiful City View Park here in Hazleton to do our annual meeting and our expo. So if you're interested in finding out about having a table at the expo or actually attending the event, you can go to the hazletonchamber.org or call the Chamber to get more information at 570-455-1509.
Once again, the Chamber's Red Carpet Breakfast takes place this Thursday, May 20th at 8 a.m. And the annual meeting will be held on Thursday, June 17th from 5 until 8 p.m. at City View Park. For additional information, visit hazletonchamber.org or call 570-455-1509. Reporting for Wyln News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thanks, Julie. Coming up on Wyln News, free car seat checks at PSP Hazleton. Plus, who's Marty talking sports with this week? But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Did you know that WYLN News provides news updates every weekday afternoon?
At 1, 3, and 5 here on TV and on social media?
Did you also know you can watch WYLN News on the go by visiting our website or YouTube page?
Now more than ever,
WYLN is your local news leader.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet trap and sporting clay fields are professionally designed and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-455-4251 extension 1378 for more information.
follow us on our weekly journeys through the backstories of those paving NEPA toward a better future.
Each night we'll dig a little deeper into the lives and goals of our local leaders. So stay tuned for the end of our news as we learn more of those leading the way.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazelton, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. You want a great deal? You're looking for a great truck? You want a great selection? Come check us out. We've got trucks, whether you want a Warlock, a Rebel, whatever trim level you want, we've got them. We've got a plethora of Ram vehicles. We've got a plethora of Jeep vehicles. Why am I using that word? How else do you describe all this inventory? Here's the big close. Don't forget, Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazelton has the lowest price guaranteed.
PSP Troop N Hazelton will be holding a child safety seat event next week to support the Click It or Ticket campaign. No appointments needed for the free event that'll be held next Tuesday, May 25th from 2 until 8 p.m. outside the barracks at 250 Desson Drive in West Hazelton. The car seat checks will be performed by members of Troop N that are certified child passenger seat technicians. According to Safe Kids Worldwide, 73% of child car seats are not used correctly. Call Trooper Anthony Petrosky at 570-459-3900 extension 216 for more information or to schedule an appointment. Our Wyln sports crew is proud to present you live local Little League baseball. Buy those peanuts and Cracker Jacks for our live game of the week this Wednesday, May 19th, as Freeland American Legion takes on Freeland Fire Company. Tune in Wednesday night at 7 for all the live local action right here on Wyln TV, your home for live local sports. The game will also rebroadcast on Saturday at noon. Wyln's all-time OT hero Marty Burns has the in-depth analysis of what's happening on and off-season across our viewing area. Joe Clark's on this week to represent the 2021 Hazelton Sports Hall of Fame. So, let's talk sports. Here's part one.
Joe, thanks for joining us. An exciting time coming up here for the Hazelton Sports Hall of Fame.
It is, and we appreciate the time, Marty, to get the information out about the Hall of Fame since we were put down by the pandemic last year. So we're trying to come back and get the information out there to the public.
Well, and it's a good segue into my first question. Hazelton Sports Hall of Fame induction ceremony, like so many things last year, gone due to the COVID pandemic. But you're back here in 2021 with a new date and a new site.
Right. It's Sunday, September 19th. We're always the third Sunday of September. And with the demise of the Genetti Motor Lodge, we will be at Capriotti's Plaza in McAdoo.
And I understand, before we get to this year's induction class, some of the classifications that you've had in past classes won't be there, but hoping to get them back in the future.
Right. We weren't sure as to the number. When we planned this, we talked with Capriotti's. The number was 200 at that point. It appears now at the end of the month the governor's going to lift all restrictions. So we eliminated the posthumous category. We eliminated the Veterans Committee appointment, and we omitted the civic administrative type thing to try to cut down on the number of guests. But hopefully next year, 2022, those categories will be put back in.
Coming up on Foundryville's News Choice, details on a Memorial Day poppy walk in Community and You, plus who's leading the way this week. Stay with us and find out.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Renai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Membership opportunities are now available at the Valley Country Club, 79 Country Club Lane in Sugarloaf. Clubhouse upgrades are in progress and will be ready for the spring. Call Frank Radis for details at 570-233-5328.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Solo Spaceman on Wyln TV 35. Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 4, Sundays at 9.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Chura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazelton, 570-454-7229.
Penn State Hazelton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Hello and welcome to Community and You here on WYLN. I'm Philip Kaufman, and we are joined by Georgia Farrow, and we are at the Weatherly American Legion Unit 360, and we're going to be talking about National Poppy Day, which is coming May 28th. The ladies here have some special event going on, so we're going to just talk about everything going on. So why don't you start us off, tell us about what's going to be happening on May 28th.
Thank you. Yes, on May 28th, we are going to be doing a poppy walk. The ladies are going to walk from our post, which is here, all through town over to the Weatherly Plaza, and then we're going to walk back. It'll be probably about a mile, but it's all to bring awareness to the fact that May is Poppy Month, and the Friday before the weekend of Memorial Day is Poppy Day, National Poppy Day. So we will be taking sponsorships or donations for some of the ladies that are walking. Some of them already have gotten sponsorships, and we're just going to walk, have a good time. We'll be doing it rain or shine unless we have a major thunderstorm or tornado come through our town. But it's going to be fun, and we're going to just make people aware that how important the poppy is, how important our veterans are. A lot of our veterans that are deceased, I mean, they fought for us to have a free country to be able to talk and say whatever we want. And a lot of them gave their lives for it, so we want to just make everybody aware what's going on.
And so if people are interested in getting a poppy, how can they do so?
Well, we'll have boxes like this. We'll be walking with them. Some of the businesses in town will be placing boxes there that you can just pick up a poppy and give us the donation. We cannot sell the poppies, but we can accept donations for, the poppies.
And you were saying about the importance of poppies. Can you dive in a little bit about the significance of poppies?
Poppies, they were started, I think, the National Congress recognizes the poppy. I think in 1947, Congress, and they brought the poppy to the United States and recognized it as the national flower of the veterans. The red stands for the blood that was shed. There are 5 or 4 petals that represent certain ideals. The black represents the mud that some of the veterans fought in when they were engaging in war. The greens represent the freedom that we have, the lands, the greens, the grasses and stuff that we have to enjoy in our country, the freedoms because of these veterans that gave their lives.
All right. And for the upcoming event, anything else the public needs to know, anything they need to be aware of?
Well, just that, if you want to sponsor any of the ladies, we have a pizza sale next week. My co-chair, Sally, will be outside. If you want to sponsor one of us, you may do so. It's perfectly fine, or just give us a donation. We have lots of people that are just giving us donations because they know it's very important to us. And like I said, all the monies go to veterans projects in our town. We've had so many needy veterans. The hardest thing for our veterans is when they're active duty and they come into the private sector. That transition is really very hard for them. Some of them don't have jobs. Some of them are really struggling. So we try to help those veterans, and also some of the people and the families we help with maybe donations, gift cards. Our residents up at the VA, we help. Because a lot of people forget that there are veterans, in different areas that have fought for us.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for talking with us today. And folks, everybody be on the lookout. May 28th, ladies are going to be out on their mile walk, right?
Mile walk. It's starting at 10 o'clock.
Starting at 10 o'clock, and you can make a donation. You can help sponsor them, get a poppy. Thank you so much for talking with us.
You're welcome.
And thank you, folks, for joining us here on Community and You on WYLN.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice,
everyday low prices,
plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
Wyln Sports presents Little League Baseball. Watch the game of the week on Wyln TV 35, your home for live local sports. There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet trap and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-455-4251 extension 1378 for more information. WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at WYLN 1057 East 10th Street in Hazleton, Pennsylvania during normal business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Mary Malone's leading the way to kick off this week's series. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Leading the Way, where we explore the backstories of those paving NEPA toward a better future. This week, we're joined by the woman who runs the show for the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce, Mary Malone. How are you, Mary?
Good, glad to be here. Thanks for the invite.
Of course. So let's start at the beginning. Tell us about growing up, what you did as a kid, what your aspirations were.
So, as I always say, I'm a Jersey girl, born and bred in the Northeast in New Jersey. Had a great, idyllic growing up there. I'm the youngest of four, so my siblings would tell you, spoiled rotten. I was your quintessential tomboy. If there was a tree or a dare, anything like that. Played a lot of sports. I guess probably I was the first beneficiary of Title IX as far as going through. So played basketball, ran track, and played soccer all through high school. Graduated, went to York College, a small private school. And that was my introduction to Pennsylvania. And so really moved to Hazleton, I always say, for love. I got engaged to my husband, Sean. And when I accepted the ring, I accepted a new hometown. So I've been here since 1991.
And once you got married, once you settled down, what were the first steps that you started making toward what you do now?
So actually, it goes all the way back to when I was younger, quite frankly, and in high school and things like that. Was always involved in civic and service organizations, was active in the Catholic Church in the parish I grew up in, and went to Catholic schools. So anyone out there who's gone to Catholic schools, you know that they teach you to be a fundraiser from a very young age, whether it's for the missions or whatever, or supporting the school. And then had a high energy level, was very competitive. So when I got to college, was a business major and focused on both finance and human resources. So by the time I actually came to Hazleton and got married, had already been in the healthcare field and human services field. So using that business background, community-minded and civic. And so when I first came to the area, I actually worked for the American Red Cross and their blood services division in Scranton and Wilkes-Barre. So
wow. Well, check back tomorrow night as Mary continues leading the way into part 2 of this week's segment. Good night. And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page or WYLNTV.com. You can also find LVHN's real facts about COVID-19. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next right here on WYLN TV.